is not just yelling at you and calling you names. It's also invalidating your emotions, being overly controlling and micromanaging, making you prove yourself constantly, belittling your achievements, second-guessing everything you do to make you doubt yourself, slowly breaking down your barriers and pressuring you into doing things that you don't want to do, and blaming you for things that you haven't done.
I hate when people say, the reason he treated you horribly is because you wasn't the right woman for him. He treated you horribly because his core character was that. Whether you was the right person or not. How many men thought that once they met the right woman, they were able to flip a switch on being faithful, being calm and collected, being an effective communicator, being able to provide and protect at a high level? How many men that wasn't doing those things in previous relationships thought that it was just because I wasn't with the right woman? And you think that until you find the right woman and you try to flip the switch on, and you're only able to be this good guy for 2 months because you're not a good guy. You're not. You're not a good guy. You're not. It don't matter if you were the right woman or the wrong woman.
He called me names when he was angry. But he didn't hit me. He would smash things into walls, but he didn't hit me. He would scream inches from my face, but he didn't hit me. He would tell me no one cares about me but him. But he didn't hit me. He made me feel like ending my life was the only way out. But at least he didn't hit me.
So from this point on, you're gonna shut your fucking mouth. And when you come out of that bathroom,
I didn't say anything.
Shut up. I fucking swear to God, I'll come in there and tell it to you to your face.
What are you? What?
I've had enough.
In front of him, when you ask for help, cry in front of him, when you ask for help, when you express your pain, do you know what he's really thinking deep down inside? She's inconveniencing me. Not she's hurting, not she needs me, not how can I help, but she's interrupting my day, she's interrupting my plans, she's interrupting my peace. Your pain isn't a pain for him, it's an inconvenience, it's a frustration. And when you don't stop, when your emotions become too loud, he's going to rage out. Because your emotions trigger his guilt that he's not showing up. And guilt is something that he doesn't want to deal with. It reveals this shame. So as he's going to lash out, he's going to blame you. He's going to make you feel like you're the problem, and the cycle continues over and over and over again. Are you stuck in that cycle?
Figure it out. Number 2 thing you should never say to them. Don't tell them that they are gaslighting you. There is absolutely no point in telling your abuser that they're abusive. When we say they live in a different reality, they really do. They perceive the world through cognitive distortions and logical fallacies. And this helps facilitate the belief that they are victims. This also makes it so that they're not able to draw the connection between their behavior and your reaction to their behavior. They operate from value systems rooted in entitlement, objectification, expectation of submission. So when you issue natural consequences to their abusive behavior, they feel like they're being abused. And that's when they point the finger at you, telling you that you are abusive. And that's when you go internally, right? You self-reflect, you Google search, you examine yourself, but eventually you figure it out. You figure out their definitions are incorrect. They're misusing and weaponizing terms. And because you've educated yourself on abuse and tactics and boundaries, you can see them blame shifting and avoiding accountability. You can see them twisting the narratives and leaving out pieces of information. And you start to see how they use logical fallacies and faulty thinking to fuel all of their arguments. You learn about cognitive distortions and you realize the way they see the world is actually faulty. If you start calling them an abuser, you're giving them one more thing to fuel their victim story. Because only abusers point the finger and call you abusive. When you start to see that someone is abusive, either overtly or covertly, there is no point in telling them that they're abusive. The only logical thing you can do is plan your exit. No gaslighter thinks that they are gaslighting. There is an almost delusional quality to narcissism. They believe they are communicating clearly. They are entitled enough to believe that they get to have the upper hand, and they don't think there should be consequences for their behavior because They, of course, should never have to face a consequence, and they don't think their behavior is bad in the first place. Telling them that they are doing something like gaslighting, it doesn't work. Gaslighting is a tactic. It's a way for them to overpower, destabilize you, and keep you down. Number 2 thing you should never say to them.
Phone down, you won't forget.
No.
What are you doing on your phone that's so important? I thought you had your phone down, you won't forget.
No.
What are you doing on your phone that's so important? I thought you had to sleep.
I'm recording you.
So record me, that's fine. You don't have to hold your phone and record me. You can mount it, so that way you can listen to the question that I'm asking and retain the question so that you can answer it.
No, I'm also texting people.
Why?
So someone can come over.
Who's going to come over?
I don't know.
Who are you texting to come over?
Some of my friends.
I can't let them in.
Okay.
You realize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why are you inviting your friends over as you're going to sleep?
Just so they can sit here.
Sit here and what?
Keep me company.
I'm keeping you company.
You're not letting me sleep.
They're not going to let you sleep either.
Yeah, they will.
I won't let them let you sleep. Seems like a luxury that you think you deserve. The phone down.
Victim, it's incredibly dangerous to leave an abuser. Because the final step in the domestic violence pattern is kill her. Over 70% of domestic violence murders happen after the victim has ended the relationship, because then the abuser has nothing left to lose. Other outcomes include long-term stalking, even after the abuser remarries, denial of financial resources, and manipulation of the family court system to terrify the victim and her children. And still we ask, why doesn't she just leave? I was able to leave because of one final sadistic beating that broke through my denial. I realized that the man who I loved so much was going to kill me if I let him. So I broke the silence. I told everyone. The police, my neighbors, my friends and family, total strangers. And I'm here today because you all helped me. Abuse thrives only in silence. You have the power to end domestic violence simply by shining a spotlight on it.
And spend time. When I was in my abusive relationship, I never understood why I could have so much fun and be so in love with him and kind of ignore all the abusive things that he did to me. And then I would turn around and go talk to my best friend and tell her how unhappy I was and how badly he treated me and how much I wanted to leave. And then I would go back and spend time with him, and it was like nothing was wrong. I would not tell him that I was unhappy with what he was doing. I would totally hide it. This phenomenon is called splitting. It doesn't have a very good name. I almost want to call it light switch self. It is the sense that I can have two versions of myself that are not integrated. They literally don't know each other. And I operate in those depending on who I'm talking to. And why do I have this non-integration? It's because I want to keep the relationship, or I want to keep my attachment to this thing, but the truth is getting in the way. And so I have to split myself into versions that compartmentalize the truth so that I can engage with the abusive relationship and I can engage with my friends, and I have two different truths. Splitting is a well-known phenomenon in dysfunctional relationship dynamics. It tracks back to not having a fully integrated concept of someone, so having trouble understanding that someone is a whole person who can have good side and bad side. Instead, it's more like when you are behaving well, I love you, and when you are behaving badly, I don't like you, and I can feel victimized by you. This is also why traumatized people can stay in these relationships for longer, because more integrated people would have a relationship with the truth, and the truth would ruin their ability to